And he goes on to say, I mean, the problem with the E. coli is not, you know, we've had E. coli in the tomatoes, in the spinach. It's not the problem with the farmers, it's ideology. Historian Rick Perstein, author of Nixonland, calls it E. coli conservatism. Government shrinks and shrinks until people get sick. This is a quote here. Government is not the solution to our problem, President Reagan famously declared in his inaugural address in 1981. Government is the problem. Well, Reagan was kind of empty-headed, really. You know, one thing even his own biographer said about Reagan is that when pushed to say, is there anything that you felt disappointed in Reagan about? And this man loved Reagan, the biographer. I think he wrote the book called Dutch. He said that Reagan had no compassion for his fellow man. Really, he had no compassion for the downtrodden, for those people that were struggling. He pretty much saw that that was their own fault. And there are people that truly believe that if you're poor, that's your own business. If you're sick, that's your own problem. Many conservatives have gone far beyond that. Their traditional embrace of small government has been replaced with outright disdain for it. Grover Norquist, president of Americans for Tax Reform, doesn't just want to shrink government. To use his words, he wants government down to the size where we can drown it in the bathtub. Once in power, E. coli conservatives shrink government by hamstringing it. They weaken rules that protect people, slash the budgets of consumer agencies, and appoint industry friends to oversight commissions. Very much Bush. You know, he put people in charge of the EPA, justice people that were not, his attorneys that were not there to protect the American citizens or protect the Constitution, but to do what he wanted. Surrounding himself with like-minded cronies and yes-men. The result, some government regulatory agencies that we trust to protect us have shrunk to insignificance or serve private industry rather than consumers. And I mean, it's just not here, but it's also privatizing in the military. I mean, if you've been following the news that KBR has was contracted to build facilities for our troops over there in Iraq. Soldiers have been electrocuted. Other soldiers have been shocked and by faulty wiring that was installed by private contractors, KBR, a division of Halliburton, with ties to Vice President Cheney. Look, is it any wonder that I'm really disgusted with the Bush administration? Is it any wonder that I say that the country is broken and I blame the conservatives? And I know they come up with excuses. What about Clinton? Oh, what about Black Hawk Down? Blah, 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 blah. You know, you're really, really grasping at straws, and you don't really want to see what's going on, the real thing. Yeah, I know. Let's try to cheer up now. Well, I had to do that. I know this part of Fez Night is me talking about stuff and then kind of finishing it on a serious note where I read the news or something. Oh, there's too much good stuff in the paper today. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Maybe we should end on some music. I haven't got the thing queued up right now, so I don't know. Let's see what happens if I turn it on. I won't. But anyway, so it's about time that I ended the show, got down to editing this thing, chopping it up in little bits. Let's keep our fingers crossed that my camera's working. It was acting a little bit hinky last week, touch wood. And I guess that's about it, you know. I hope the Fez Night was somewhat enjoyable. Tonight's Fez Night entitled, Pardon My Fez. I'm going to just say it right now. I'm going to skip next weekend, unless something really, really pressing. But please don't count on a Fez Night next Sunday or Monday morning, whenever you watch it. I'm going to take a quick break, or I'm going to take a break, whether it's 1 week or 2 weeks, I don't know. But and try to do some catching up on things. And so if there's any of you that want to step up to the plate and create your own Fez Night, private message me, and maybe we could feature it on my channel, or you can feature it on your own channel, whichever way you prefer. Okay.